You are watching the UFP Film Club's Friday Film Talk New Year's special show with me, Anthi Z, the show that gives you the fans, film news, film gossip, and all the film productions updates we get daily from all over the world. I am here with Pandon, a film volunteer to our film club, and also our founder, Martin Johnson, also a budding filmmaker, an amazing person. Today's news will be various, and we have the Baldoni against Lively, the fed that is rocking nowadays the Hollywood. And I know if you recall in the film, it ends with Us, the film that was based on the TikTok sensation and novel from the same name by Colleen Hoover, was released, if not mistaken, in July and did good business at the box office. It was odd, although, that we have the stars, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, who is also the film director, that they didn't engage with one another during film promotional tours. There was no joint press, no TV interviews, and they also did not do the red carpet together. It is reported lately that Blake Lively, wife of Ryan Reynolds, filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, accusing him actually of sexual harassment during the film production. And Justin has also sued the New York Times for about $250 million, and his lawyers have suggested that he countersue actually Lively and will also be filed. But I'm asking you, why before Christmas, and why all this thing is happening? And we know that the New York Times investigator alleges that the PR campaign orchestrated to actually bury Lively and sorry.
You okay?
Yes, I'm good. They citing that private messages have been obtained. So I don't know, what do you think about all this feud in Hollywood?
Blah 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 blah. It's just another.
So what do you
It's
mean,
just
blah,
another
blah,
feud.
blah, blah, blah? This is probably the biggest news story of the new year, although it's only been 3 days, and one of the biggest news stories, film stories, should I say, of 2024, and it did escalate or come to light just before Christmas. But for you, you say blah, 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 blah. So please elucidate.
So, what do you say? What he made a proposition on his actress?
They say that basically Lively sued him for sexual harassment during the film.
Do you want me to give a little bit of context to that? Because obviously, so certain things, basically, we talk about on-screen etiquette. I'm not going to go back to the Me Too movement because that was way back in the tens. So obviously, certain things have transpired. We have things like intimacy coordinators and that type of jazz. There are certain behaviors that may have or may not have taken place on set. Again, we must be very clear, as we did say in our intro, that this is between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Some co-stars have actually come out and pretty much almost sided with Blake Lively, but not gone as far as to say, yeah, that happened, this is what happened. And we also know some of their former co-stars from other projects like America Ferrara have also, and also even people like Kate Beckinsale, who haven't actually acted with with Blake Lively, have also come out and spoken about their own experiences and kind of shed light on the whole experience of a woman on set. So I should make it very clear. Certain things that she put in her lawsuit that came to light now was stuff that was probably things that have happened or may have not happened. So things like, and what's been alleged, something in the script about there being improvised physical scenes, multiple moments of nudity, having her character orgasm on screen. Bear in mind, I've not seen this film, It Ends With Us. I actually thought it was, I know it's about domestic violence to Blake Lively's character, and her partner, Baldoni, can't remember the character he plays, was a husband or boyfriend, and he obviously inflicted the domestic violence. But when I looked at the initial market material, I thought it was actually romantic drama. Personally, I thought it was another one of them the notebooks, and not just that as well. When Blake Lively did her initial interviews without Baldoni, which I thought was a bit odd, he's like the director and your co-star, like you're with your other co-stars, but he's doing it by himself. She never really spoke about the domestic abuse angle. And I don't know. I know she was speaking about some of her own products and whatnot, but that's what happens in this day and age. It's 2024/2025. We are doing self promotion. Everyone does it. But I guess the thing I want to say to Panton is, yeah, you might not think it's an interesting one. I thought it was quite relevant considering I've been in productions and I know even back in the day, what Anthony can testify as a female.
Yeah.
Certain behaviors back then were shocking, you
Yeah.
know, and if it's still carrying on now, it has to be called out. I'm not saying I'm saying it's all alleged. We don't know if it's true or not, but she's come out and given her truth, and he's actually come out and said, well, that's not what happened, and he's trying to say his truth, but it's only coming to light now in lawsuits. So
Well, the thing is, I mean, the
go on,
bottom line
Panton.
is, I think something's either gone off or it's not. That is just the
Yeah,
bottom line.
it's a
Now,
lot of he said, she said. That's
yeah,
how
exactly,
it comes
yeah.
across.
So I think the first thing is to figure out, yeah, what actually the truth is. You know, once you've gotten that out of the way, this isn't the first time that this has happened. And yeah,
No,
no,
there won't be lost.
in the past, look at something like Last Tango in Paris, there were issues on the film set, and that was made back in the 70s. When Olivia Hussey, that died recently, who was in Romeo and Juliet, her and the guy that played Romeo, so there were issues when they were filming their scenes because they were both underage at the time or thereabouts. So this isn't a new story, but obviously people's moralities have either come to the fore but also changed as well. People expect certain kind of things or don't expect certain kind of things. So I think that if he was out of order as a director, then that's one thing. But I think there's a line of he might be looking through the camera, see something that the actors are doing, and may want more. And then he may like edit that more in the cutting room. But if he doesn't go down a route and change things because the actors are either doing better or whatever, there's a lot of material